Now, maybe my biggest miss from the class of 2020 was Unity Software, which has a whole video game platform that they license to developers. On the first day, it closed at 68 bucks, and I wanted to wait for a pullback below 50. That pullback never came. Unity soared to 175 at its peak in December. It's been crushed lately. At 101, it's still a winner if you got in early. At this point, though, you know what? I'd rather own the newly public Roblox, which is profitable, unlike Unity, and trades at a substantial discount. All right, then there's the much-beloved Palantir, the surveillance and analytics company that did a big direct listing at the end of September. I told you it'd be worth buying below 10 bucks, and then the stock went to 9 and change on the first day. But that was still a pretty guarded recommendation. This thing became a meme stock like GameStop or AMC, jumping to 45 at its peak in January. Since then, it's pulled back to around $24. Though, what do you do with it? I think it's too much of a black box to get a real read on the business, so be careful. I feel a lot more confident if it pulls back below 20 bucks.
Hey guys, what's up? Spen here. So before we get into this video, make sure to drop it a big thumbs up. It really helps to grow the channel, and feel free to subscribe if you want to see more content. I do cover Palantir almost every day of the week, and right now we have Jim Cramer suggesting to buy under $20. That is what he feels comfortable with, but I gotta ask the question, do you think that Jim Cramer has put the time in that's required to understand Palantir? Because Palantir is not a company like Home Depot that you can do a pretty quick analysis on and understand the growth trajectory of that company. However, Palantir, as most of us very well know, takes dozens, if not hundreds of hours to understand what is going on with this company. In my opinion, Jim Cramer is honestly too busy of a person to even put that kind of time in. So for him to say under $20, it doesn't surprise me at all. I think that at first glance, this company might look overvalued. However, that is very well what the market actually might be thinking right now. But the market is wrong very often, and Tesla, of course, was a classic example of that. I think we're going to experience some extreme volatility, over the lifetime of Palantir. Just one of those companies a lot of investors aren't going to understand. Now, I want to show you guys a few key interesting things going on within Palantir. There's some bullish indications and some bearish. In the short term, this is speaking. Long term, I'm still very bullish on the company. Nothing has changed regardless of what the stock price does. However, in this video, let's try to figure out where is the stock price going right now. So, starting with something that's bearish, we can see on the moving averages, 2390s are 50-day and 2252s are 200-day. We closed Friday at 2247, so we closed underneath our moving averages. This is bearish. That's gravity, like I've said many times. So now we're fighting gravity essentially. We closed just under, so hopefully Monday we can break above our moving averages. But if we do continue to downtrend, it's very possible we go lower. So yeah, that is the first bearish thing. We closed under our moving averages. Never the greatest sign. Now, another thing to note here is our short interest. And this is actually bullish in my opinion. So our short interest is at only 3%. That's very low for a company like Palantir that's misunderstood and looking overvalued at first glance. Now, this is partially because we were trading at $45. Now we're at $20. So maybe the bears are thinking, the stock can go higher from here. But regardless, low short interest is saying that there's not a lot of people betting against the company. This is bullish in my opinion. We're not going to get a short squeeze from this, and if we did, it'd be a very small squeeze. It would relatively do nothing. But not a lot of people are betting against it, so another positive thing in my opinion. And then carrying on with people not betting against it, if we go to institutional ownership, we have a large amount of institutions buying the stock and not many selling. We have seen in Q1 there was some selling, but not even comparable to the amount of buying. Again, another positive thing. You see institutions buying up the stock in that low $20 range. So in my opinion, institutions clearly like buying Palantir at this price. And now if we carry over to the chart, some interesting things to take a look at. So in the last video, I talked about, actually in many videos, I've talked about this double bottom that we had and then a break above the neckline. That was the first indication of a new bull run, and we did go on a bull run contrary to what many people believed. From the bottom at $20 to the peak at around $26, That was a 25% gain in just 2 weeks. That was a short-term bull run we had, and that was because we had that double bottom and a break above the neckline. Now though, the trend could be reversing. It's really hard to say. We have closed under our moving averages. That is bearish. But Monday is really going to be the true test of, I think, where the stock's going to go in the short term. Because you can see here, so the wicks here are indicating this was getting bought up. There was lots of buyers coming in this $22 range, and we actually had a green candle right here forming after hours. But end of the day, you can see red wick getting bought up. And at this $22.41 range, if we try to see, okay, where was their support last? So this is going to act as support right here, this big green candle that started at right about at that 22.41. This is about 22.38 here. This is going to be support. There was lots of buyers here, and these buyers are also going to buy up where we are right now. You can see this was the start where we really broke above that neckline. A big amount of buyers came in here. The same thing should happen right here, and to me it's indicating it is happening. That's why we're seeing the wicks look like this. Buyers are coming in. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean they're going to be able to hold. Like I said, we are below our moving averages. So anything could happen, but it is a good sign. If we can hold Monday above 22.41 and actually close above our moving averages again, it's very possible that this whole thing was just a correction and not the start of another downtrend. However, of course, charting is just listing possibilities, not probabilities. So at the end of the day, anything could happen. It's just something to be aware of. Anyways, guys, that's all I have for you today's video. It doesn't look overly bearish to me. I see institutions buying, low short interest. Chart is pretty neutral. There's bearish and bullish things a part of it. Anyways, guys, if you got any value out of this video, make sure to drop it a big thumbs up and feel free to subscribe to see more content like this. Really appreciate you watching until the end. I'll see you guys on the next video.